Hello and welcome back to Dickinson Dulcimer's instruction videos. This is the 5th video in our series of 40 instruction videos for beginners and advanced beginners. I'm Jess Dickinson, and today we're going to talk about how to play simple chords on the hammered dulcimer. Now you'll recall that we have learned the 6 boxes on a 12-11 dulcimer. You'll recall that we learned here is a D box, a G box, and a C box in the valley, and then on the mountain we learned the D box, the G, and the C. Now you'll notice that I'll back the camera up today to show you a full 15-14 dulcimer, which adds this box on the mountain and this box in the valley. This is a D box in the valley and this is an A box on the mountain. And for the rest of our video lessons I am going to use a camera shot of the full 15-14 dulcimer. But most of the lessons and most of the boxes that we will use to display these lessons will be the boxes that you will also have on your 12-11 dulcimer. So let's get started. You recall again that we always begin in the bottom right box, which on your 12-11 dulcimer is this G box in the valley. And you'll recall that we have learned how to play a G scale. Remember, it's a G box because the bottom right note in the box is a G, so it makes it a G box because it's on a bridge marker. So we learned to play, and I'll just use the left hammer scale that we learned. We learned to play that's a G scale beginning with this G note. Now a major chord is made up of 3 notes called a triad, and those 3 notes are the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes in a scale. And when we learned the scales and we learned all of those notes, we numbered them. And so let's find the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes in that G scale. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So that's the 1st and the 3rd note and the 5th note. So we're going to play the 1st note, skip the 2nd note, play the 3rd note, skip the 4th note, and play the 5th. 1st, 3rd, 5th. And we're going to play with left hammer beginning on the G. Right hammer will play the B. Left hammer will play the D. And then we're going to repeat the B. So we're going to play G, B, D, B. I'd like you to repeat that process over and over. Nice, that's a G major chord, simple G major chord. Now after you've played that G major chord many times and you're comfortable with it and you developed what we've been calling muscle memory, I want you to move to all of the other boxes and play that same major chord pattern. Now if that is a G major chord, when we move up to the C box, then this will be a C major chord. And when we move up to the F box, that will be an F major chord. And then when we move back down from the bottom right box on the 12-11 dulcimer, we move over to the treble bridge. This is our D box, and we'll play the same pattern. Then we'll move up to the G. Then we'll move up to the C. So what I'd like you to do is to practice the major chords in all of the boxes, beginning on your 12-11 dulcimer with this D note in the D box in the valley, and play the major chords, D major chord, the C major chord, the F major chord, then move back down to the D on the mountain and play the D major chord, play the G major chord, and play the C major chord. I'd like you to play all of those chords, those 6 major chords, and practice them over and over until you can name the chords, by the way, while you play them, and practice them until you can play all 6 of those major chords without having to think too much about what you're doing. You just know exactly how to play them. By the way, a good way to remember the names of the boxes on a hammer dulcimer is to remember that the letters of the boxes, and on a 1514 it's a D here and a G here, which is the bottom box on a 1211, C and F. If you'll just think about doing good comes first, it'll help you remember what the names of those boxes are. Doing good comes first, D, G, C, F. And if you move over to the treble bridge, just say it again, and remember again is for A. This is an A box. Again, doing good comes first. Now, that F, that first up here, I know you don't have that even on a 1514 unless you have a very large dulcimer, a special made dulcimer as this one is. This one was made by Jerry Reed Smith at Song of the Wood in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And I actually have this F box up here. But on a 1514, this is where your dulcimer will end here. And you won't have the X box, but the F box, but you can just imagine that you do. So let's review that. Let's review how we can remember the boxes. On a 1514 dulcimer, doing good comes first. Again, doing good comes first. If you'll try to memorize that, you'll remember the names of the boxes. Again, I want to remind you that these video lessons are free, and we ask only 2 things of you. First, leave a YouTube comment to help others know whether these videos were helpful to you. And second, please visit us at dickinsondulcimer.com and join our free email list. If you'll do that, we'll keep you updated when we post new videos. And while you're there, please take a look at our instruction manual that's displayed on the home page. It is a companion manual to these free video lessons, and if you like what you see, you can purchase one right there on the website. Until next time, this is Jess Dickinson. Keep practicing, and we'll see you on the next video.